Hello fellow Tamers, Digidread on the mic. We're walking into 2022 with a little bit of spice, and I'm talking my boy Gallantmon on the glow up. And in EX2, in the Japanese format, he's looking solid, looking real good. But I'm keen to really make him pop off in our current format, BT6/EX1. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down my OTK build for Gallantmon, utilizing on those big swings and able to technically do a 5 security check and claim game with either Goonimon or your Blitz Omni. So if this is the video for you, then stick around and enjoy. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, let's try and get up to 100 subs on this channel, then hopefully you can join the family. Further ado, let's break it down. So let's go over to my eggs right here. So we got Demi-Merimon. Obviously with Demi-Merimon on the BT6 line, when attacking, when this Digimon attacks a player, get 1000 DP for the turn. Highly useful right here. The main core thing with this particular deck build is that we're going to be swinging at the player. We're not going to be wasting time on the Digimon. You know, if we have to attack a Digimon, fair enough, you know, if a brother blocks, it is what it is. But 9 times out of 10, we are going for that big swing, the big one swing, just to claim game and finish it. So this is the reason why I'm using Demi-Merimon at 4. And then I use the Koromon starter deck 1. And this right here is just more for the condition, because the condition with this actual deck build is really easy to actually achieve. So if this Digimon has 4 or more evolution sources, it gains 1000 DP flat. So that's really good because our boss monsters are sitting around about 11k DP. So ideally the actual DP boost is quite an important factor to actually get that boosted up, just so when we are swinging at security we can actually get over around about 14 to 15k. We should be pretty comfortable to essentially just clear through all the security checks, not a problem. So they are the Tamers/eggs. Let's go over to the rookies. So running Monodramon at 3. So this is more for the tempo plays. Obviously the 2 play costs, you know, good for choking out the opponent, good for just getting something out on the board. Ideally we want to be using Monodramon and then going to either Darktronamon, you know, very cost efficient, really tempo plays, and then kind of go into our Rise Greymon. If we do have Tai Kamiya, we can just go in with the Digiburst, sack those off, and then be able to play that Tai for free. So ideally we got the Monodramon for that, but we also got the Monodramon for some extra bit of tech with this particular deck build, which we will discuss and is really cool. So this is the reason why we run 3 in the deck. We run the BT2 Gallantmon. So with this is more for the inheritable. While there are 5 or more cards in the opponent's trash, this Digimon gains 1000 DP. Once again, it's important that we get those DP gains, especially in inheritable, in order for us to obviously swing big at the opponent's security. So this is the reason why I'm running that at 2. It's more of a different option for us to essentially, if we don't have the Agumons here, we can go into the Gallantmon. But we do run Agumon from the starter deck 7 at 4, just because of that inheritable is so great when attacking the opponent directly. You know, we get a 2000 DP boost for the turn, which is huge, very massive. And ideally this is the boy you want to be going into in order for you to get that big swing. So that should actually push my Gallantmons up to 13k, and obviously with Gallantmon's ability, you know, he gets a massive DP boost if he can't actually delete anyone on the opposition's field. So that just once again really reinforces that big swing and just hopefully claim game. Then we go into the starter deck Gallantmon of the 7. So with this, it's got the Warp Digivolve tech, which is beautiful. It is a bit unfortunate that it's not free. But you know, if you want to kind of get back into the game, it's really sweet to have that Warp Digivolve capability. You are going to be missing up a few steps. Obviously your champion and your ultimate inheritables are not going to be there, but this deck can actually help bring those back into the stack, which makes this super cool for us to actually get that back in, especially if we want to just throw a Greymon in there. We can just get that security check, just bring in Gallantmon up to 3 security checks again instead of the 2. But obviously with the inheritable, when the opponent Digimon is deleted, trigger draw 1, which is really good because we do have some options that enables us to actually delete the opponent. So that just gives us that bit of extra draw power that we need when we have Gallantmon in a stack. So they're the rookies right there, running 12. Then let's go into the champion. So Dark Tyrannomon, you already know the drill here. That cheap evo cost is super efficient. And also the DP there as well is pretty nice. It's the high end of the champions, which is cool. So this is the reason why I won 3 in the deck right here. Like I say, ideally, if I've got the Rise Greymon and also got the Tychimere, this is probably one of those Digimon that I'm going to be using for the Digiburst, just to kind of get Ty on the field, just in order for us to secure the OTK sweep in with the Gallantmon right there. So this is the reason why I run 3 in the deck. Agunimon just to finish games. You already know the drill here, because he is a hybrid. He can actually evo on Tamers and doesn't suffer the summoning, the actual summoning sickness, which is great. So we already know drill here. The Agunimon going into finish games. We just run that at 1 just as a form of a tech piece right there. Cordramon running this at 2, so we need blockers. it's a given. Blockers are definitely good, but the reason why I like this blocker is because obviously the 6,000 DP really handy, and also it's got Dramon in the name. So ideally, if I'm gonna use this to its full capability, I'm gonna go with Guilmon and then go to Cordramon. So when I am using my options that is able to essentially delete an opponent, it's also going to be triggering off Guilmon's inheritable, which is then going to be, you know, giving me that nice draw engine, as well as being able to block, which is always nice. So I run that too. And then the main tech piece right here, the main thing that you want to be getting that stack built on, is your Greymon from the start deck 1. That security check is just massive, absolutely huge. And the tech that we can do with this is that we can possibly slip in 2 of the Greymons in the same stack, which is incredibly powerful. And this is how we can achieve the OTK strat with this particular build, and it can work with any form of red build. I'm stunned of why people are not doing this, but I will just obviously talk about the strat as soon as we get to the options. But ideally, you want to be running 4 of these, and they are still pretty expensive. Then we go on to the ultimates, because we run only 10 champions in this deck. So over to the ultimates. Once again, one of the main chess pieces is going to be your Voltramon. Once again, it's got Dramon in the actual name, and also provides you with the security attack 1. So once again, you've already got 2 security checks going off in your main stack, which is going to be absolutely beautiful, ready for that big swing, ready to clean games. So you want to be running this at 4 for sure. Then over to the tech pieces in terms of the ultimates. Rise Greymon, absolutely powerful Digimon right here, run him at 2. It's inheritable, is great when attacking. This is not once per turn. If you have a Tamer in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn, which is great. Actually helps us combo in our option cards to essentially get rid of 6k Digimon, which is sweet, cannot argue with that. And then as well, the reason why I usually play Rise Greymon is because of its actual main Digiburst 2, able to trash 2 Digimon in its Digivolution stack, and then you are able to play a red or yellow Tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less, from your hand without paying this memory cost, which is just so good. So if you do have the cards up, if you do have the obviously Tychimere in this particular instance, getting that out for free is definitely going to be nice, because Tychimere will be able to give you an extra security check if you have 4 or more in the Digivolution source. So really good, run that at 2. So the super tech piece right here is going to be your Metal Greymon from the EX1. So you're probably thinking, why am I running this right here? It's very odd, and I will get onto that. So when you actually summon this out, when attacking, this Digimon can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less, which is always nice. You know, once again, that's going to help trigger that Guilmon inheritable, if you, depending on, you know, if he's in the stack or if he's in another stack. And then this is where it comes in with that spicy tech with the inheritable here. So on your turn, while this Digimon has Machine or Dragonkin in its traits, it gains Piercing. So Piercing right here is probably one of the things that this deck doesn't have. So having something that can actually just pierce through an opponent's blocker and still claim game is definitely going to be spicy, and definitely what you want. So ideally, you could bump this up to 2 if you wanted to, and lower some of the others. But the main thing is obviously getting those security checks in. It really depends on what cards present itself at the time. But the reason why I run this particular one, Metal Greymon, is because of the actual War Greymon from the BT1. So with this, free cost to Evo, which is sweet, absolutely good. And then when digivolving, this Digimon gains a security attack +1, which is banging. Though, obviously, when it's digivolving, so once you've done your initial swing, this effect will just disappear from there. So then your main effect on your turn is that this Digimon doesn't activate security skills on option cards in its checks, which is beautiful. There's a lot of security control in this current format, so we needed some form of option to actually just get through that. So we're still keeping with the theme with the security attacks. Essentially, War Greymon can check up to 4 checks, which is beautiful. If you go with the Greymon stack, well, we've got Greymon, you've got Voltramon, and then Evo into this bad boy, which is beautiful. It's already got a delicate plan built in, which is banging. So the main thing that we obviously need to worry about is either the DP. Obviously 11k is a little bit, something can obviously knock this boy out in their security. It really depends on your matchup. But we have got ways to obviously further boost that. Obviously, if we do have the Demi-Meramon, that's going to be going up to, that's going to knock him up to 12k. If we do have Agumon, that then comfortably knocks him up to 14, which is more than enough to obviously punch through the security. So obviously, the stack is important, but the good thing of this is just making sure you can just swing without getting a Gaia Force or getting an option that's just going to wipe you out. And that's one of the things that we want to be doing with this deck, is just make sure we just really just making sure we're getting that big swing and making it count right there. Obviously, because we do have the Metal Greymon tech that we can throw in, we can add piercing to this because it does have Dragon King as its as part of its actual type, which is perfect. That works with the Metal Greymon. So not only that he's got the built-in delicate plan, he can also pierce if someone tries to block you and still swing at free security. Obviously, we've lost the Voltramon tech right there, but getting that piercing, just making sure we just still getting those security checks pretty comfortably, is still pretty big. But because of how this deck is actually built, there is a way that we can actually get that additional security back. And then as well with Taikamiya, we can also get an additional security check. So this boy has pretty much 5 checks and also has piercing and a delicate plan built in, which is pretty massive. That's a force that you just don't want to mess with. So then we also have the main boss, which is our boy Gallantmon. Absolutely majestic artwork right here. Really, really powerful card, because compared to War Greymon, the DP is not so much of an issue because he can actually self-boost his DP up depending on the opponent's board state. Also, he does come back in with that security +1, which is fantastic right there. The only issue obviously with Gallantmon is that he doesn't have the built-in delicate plan, but we also have the delicate plan cards in this deck build. So we've got technically 4 delicate plans if we count as War Greymon as a delicate plan. Let's just say that. But the thing that makes this boy spicy is that he can delete a Digimon with 4,000 DP or less, which is sweet. And then if there isn't a Digimon that he can delete, then this Digimon gains 3,000 DP for the turn. So in combination of using Demi-Meramon or even Koromon, Guilmon, or our boy Agumon, this boy is going to be punching hard. He's going to be swinging over the 14k threshold. So absolutely fantastic right here. We throw a delicate plan in there. Boom. We are cutting through that security. Not even a problem with the DP gains. OTK is definitely going to happen. He's almost like a same Jessmon strat, but just more direct. No faffing around. Just go in, big swing, done. that's what we're trying to achieve with this deck. So then we run 2 Blitz only, just making sure we get the job done. I mean, we want to be finishing dinners, guys. We want to be finishing dinners, and you know, if you want to go for seconds, you can do, knowing that you got the job done. So obviously, Omnimon, always staple when it comes to red, just because of the Blitz, which is going to be handy. Obviously, with this deck, it essentially, if you have Takamir out, you pretty much got enough memory to do what you need to do to finish the game up. Because when we go into our options here, obviously we've got Delicate Plan, which is staple in a red deck. That's only costing 1 memory. So we still got options of what we can do here. And obviously with Delicate Plan, it basically just stops security effects going off when you're attacking their security. So if they have a Gaia Force in their security and you check it, it won't activate. Obviously, if it's in your security and they go and check your security, this just goes into your hand, which is perfect. So the thing that I like is, if it's in security, sweet, it's just lined up my next turn, if they've not claimed game. And then if I do have it, Gallantmon's just going in for that big swing, because that stack is going to be huge with the Greymon and the Voltramon on shift. So I run 2 of those in the deck. So let's get into the tech pieces with this. So the thing that I didn't want to happen is to essentially lose out on cards. Like, Red Memory Boost is great, but you only can pick 1 card out of the 4. And sometimes that can be a little bit bad, because, you know, you're able to, obviously the range is sweet, but you know, you may miss out on an Omnimon, which could be like, oh, damn, that's something that I could have used, and that's at the bottom of the deck. With Hair of Dragon right here, we're able to trigger draw 2. So there's no condition tied to this. Even if you did not have a Greymon or a Digimon with Drummon in the name, it wouldn't stop you. You'd be just getting a flat 2 draw, which I think is absolutely great for a 3 cost. Then, if you do have a Digimon with Greymon or Drummon in its name, other than Dory Greymon, Burning Greymon, Dexdaru Greymon, god, that was a tongue twister, then you're able to delete the opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. So you've got some great ways to just delete some rookies / low end champion levels. I mean, if the opposition goes in with a Greymon, you could at least delete their Greymon and obviously trigger that draw 2, which is nice. If it's checked in your security, it activates the main effect, so you're getting 2 draw, which could set up your plays for the next turn. This is a really powerful card, and this actual deck build, we should have at least some form of Mon with either Grey or Drummon. We've got Volt Drummon as the ultimate. We also have Rise Greymon as an ultimate. Then in the champion, we have Greymon, we have Core Drummon, and then for the rookies, we have Monodramon. So each stage, we're pretty much solid. We've even got War Greymon as the Mega. So we were absolutely laughing with this. And this is the reason why I run 3 in the deck, just for that nice draw engine. So let's go over to one of the cards, which I don't know why people are not playing this, because it's fantastic, and this enables you to get another Greymon in your stack. So let's read it out here. Main. You may place 1 red level 4 or lower Digimon card from your hand under one of your Digimons as its bottom Digivolution card. And then if you do, you draw 2 cards as well. So for 2 costs, you're doing, you add into your stack. So you add an inheritable skill to your stack, and your stack could already have 4 Digimon already in it. Granted, if you're War Greymon or Gallantmon, and then you're drawing 2 there as well, which could once again line up the plays beautifully. You could literally get an Omnimon from that 2 draw for 2 costs. As well, it enables you to get any level 4 or 3 to add to the stack. We are running in total 22 cards between Level 4 and level 3. That's a wide search right there in our hand. So the main thing that you want to be doing, if you have 2 of these in your hand, making sure you get that another Greymon in that stack. That means that you get an additional security attack, enabling you to go in with an absolute big swing and claim game. Just one swing done. Absolutely delicious. If you want to get a bit of an attack boost, throw another Agumon in there. Get an additional 2k, 4k. Beautiful. Or, you know, if you've not got Agumon, throw another Guilmon in there. You know, an extra K, which is nice. This card is actually nuts. There's no bad condition here. It's not a matter of it has to be to a red Digimon. It just literally, you can attach it to any Digimon. If you was going with a Jesmon build, just for the giggles, you could throw in a Greymon underneath a Systemon Cell. Like, it's crazy. Give that a security check, 2 security checks if you're really desperate, or throw it onto your Jesmon. The ideal play. Just making sure that you really are cleaning games quicker. So I don't understand. There's nothing on here that says that you cannot just throw a. There's no bad to this. This is all sweet. And then if it's checked in your security, it goes to your hand. Perfect. Not only you got a draw engine, but you've also built up your stack. Also, if you essentially. So say if you didn't have a Digi-Egg, say if you just raw dog played Agumon, going into Greymon, going to Voltramon, and then you managed to get, say, War Greymon out. Obviously, if you do have Tamers, essentially you've not meet the actual requirements because you don't have 4 or more Digimon in its Digivolution source to gain that extra security. But with Rowdy Rocker, you could actually meet that condition again, which is sweet. The only thing you have to do is add a card to that stack. Boom, you've got that condition. Boom, you've claimed game, and you're walking out with the win. Which, honestly, powerful card. A lot of tech. I gotta run it at free. I gotta run that bad boy at free. So then, Red Memory Boost. I've run this at 2. You could run Gravity Crush. My only issue with Gravity Crush is that ideally I would like to run, if I was running this at 3 or more, I would probably run Gravity Crush. But because I'm only running it 2, if it's in my security, I'm not getting it. It's just literally just like a wasted kind of space. With this, if it's in my security, it goes into my battle area, and I'll be able to get that delay effect and get 2 memory. So I could flex this if I want to, but this is obviously going to be good because I'll be able to just, reveal top 4, pick 1 red Digimon, form amongst them, and put the remaining at the bottom of the deck. Ideally, I don't really want to be using this too much. I would have been using it more for the gain 2 memory and just have it there chilling, just in case I get choked later on. Because I don't want to essentially bottom deck something useful, just out of the actual search. But it's always quite handy to have, and like I say, this is probably one of the things that you could probably flex in and out. It's really up to you. Then we're going with the Guy Force, put it at 1. I feel a bit like not so safe at 1, but because we're just going in for that big heavy swing, I don't think the game will go on long enough for me to really, for this to be massively useful. But it's always good to see this in your security, especially just to get rid of big threats, or if they've managed to just take you out, at least then you've got an answer to their big boss monster that, could be going in clapping cheeks. So this is always nice to have, and I would do running at 1. And then lastly, I run Tamers at 2. Could bump it up to 3 if you want to, but I feel like 2 is just around the amount because I can still achieve the conditions of the OTK without tie, just because we do have the Rowdy Rocker that can essentially put another Greymon in for that security check. But having this on the field will just obviously prevent me from getting choked, and also it massively secure game with having that additional security check right there. And obviously, with our Rise Greymon, we can play that out for free if we need to. But guys, that is the deck build right here. The Gallantmon OTK New Year Spice. And I feel like it's hella nice. I feel like this is something that I'm going to run with because it's I just can't believe this. I can't believe this card is real, and I can't believe no one's using it. I don't understand. Like, tell me in the comments, like, your thoughts on this card, because I feel like this is pretty spicy for red. This is freaking banging. This is really good. And even if you want to use it in Jesmon, like, there's so much tech you could throw in just to make your stack just that little bit more spicier. It's unreal. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think to this deck build. But guys, if you enjoyed it, make sure you smash it with a like as standard, and I will catch you in the next one. Happy New Year, everyone. DigiDread off the mic.